Hello traders, FXPIPCOLLECTOR here. Today is Friday, August 11th, and welcome to today's live stream. Thanks for coming. Hold on just one second. My Discord apparently is crashing on me. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. So welcome to today's live stream. It is Friday, so hopefully everybody's having a pretty good week so far. The week is definitely winding down now. Now we do have a little bit of dollar news coming out. Well, we already had some dollar news. We had the PPI news, as you can see. We also have this consumer sentiment news, which I still believe that this is actually a little bit more of an important news event. So I do definitely think that we need to keep an eye on the dollar pairs today for sure. So we definitely got time, so let's do a full top-down analysis on the dollar index. We're going to do all the way from the monthly all the way down to the 1 hour time frame on the dollar indexes. Then we're going to take that information, we're going to apply it to all the other dollar pairs including gold. We'll probably have time to look at the yen pairs. We'll be looking at probably some commodities, the Bitcoin, and most likely the S&P 500. And I got a couple things to look at for my Patreon members, so if anybody is interested, I will be looking at a few other things. I got Pound Aussie and a couple other things on the list also. So, anyways, let's get started. So, as you can see, the US dollar, I still think there's a very good likelihood this is the end of an ABC on the monthly. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to go up on the sort of time phase. I still think that we're going to go up, but I believe that this is going to continue over the coming months, probably even years, to continue the downtrend, making lower lows and lower highs. So as soon as I go down to the weekly time frame, I do switch back to the US dollar index because I do trust this one much more because it's equally weighted, unlike the DXY, which is not equally weighted. So anyways, I do believe that this is a downtrend. I still think it's a wave 1. I still think this is like an A, B, C, D, and that this move up right here is probably actually a wave E. And I still think this wave E possibly is going to go up all the way to about the 50% Fibonacci level to finish off this wave 2 before it actually ends up continuing the downtrend, most likely part of a big wave 3. So let's take it down to the daily time frame. So daily time frame, we definitely did have a pretty good little push up today, as you can see. I still kind of see this on the daily as a possible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still wouldn't be surprised at all if we did make a move to the downside, but I personally am definitely not trying to go short right now. I'm definitely only going long on shorter time frames, but I still wouldn't be surprised if it actually ended up making a move down, so that way we could have a proper 1, 2, 3, 4, and wave 5. Now, just because I think that's what's going to happen definitely doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. This very easily could continue to just keep on making higher highs, higher lows the whole way up and go all the way up to this 50% Fibonacci retracement level that I was showing you on the weekly time frame. So that's why I'm only looking for longs on shorter time frames anyways right now, because we don't know that this is actually a wave 5. It very easily could just keep on stretching out. Especially because on the weekly time frame, I do believe it's still going up, and it's probably got quite a ways to go. So taking it down to the 4 hour time frame, I still have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, just so I could show people what I mean, because it really does look like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and wave 5, but at least until we get a break of structure to the downside, which we definitely do not have yet, the trend is 100% up for me. Now, we do have a new structure level right now because of what happened today, so if price does end up turning down at consumer sentiment and then breaking structure to the downside, we're going to know that this wave 5 is most likely over and that we're probably going to go down and make a pretty good sized correction, which would most likely be an A, a B, and a wave C, which is probably going to be an ABC of 2. This is going to be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1. So like I said, there's no confirmation that this thing is turning down right now, and I personally think that it's extremely risky to even try to go short right now because of that. But like I said, the good thing is that we have a new structure level right here, so if that structure level gets broken, it's going to let us know way sooner than this structure level down here that we didn't have until today. So taking it down to the 1 hour time frame, and I mean, I still think this looks like a wave 5. I still think there's a good possibility it could turn down. I personally will not be trading the first push down, but if it does go down, break structure, and then make a retracement, which is probably not even all going to happen today, probably more like next week at this point. So I personally won't be trading the first push down, but if it makes a retracement, then I definitely will be getting at the end of that next push down, like a 1, a 2, and then eventually a 3, 4, 5 of wave A, most likely. So trying to trade at wave 1 is extremely risky, especially when we don't even know that the trend is over, because just as easy as that could happen, this right here could easily happen also. So that's why I say it's very, very dangerous to try to trade the first push down, because we may assume, because of that 5-way pattern on the longer time frames, that this could happen, but we don't know that that is going to happen until we see a break of structure. Just as easy as that could happen, this could happen. So that's why I definitely am only looking for longs on shorter time frames. If I see any long opportunities on the dollar, looking at these dollar pairs, then those are definitely the trades that I'm taking, not the counter trend trades. So let's take that information, because we see that the dollar is going up, and as of right now there's no sign of it stopping. So I mean, even though it kind of looks like it could possibly turn down, we don't know that. So since we think that the dollar is still possibly going up, we need to apply that information to all these other dollar pairs, including gold. So let's take a look at the euro dollar, and let's head up to the daily time frame. So on the euro dollar, I still do think that this thing is going down on the higher time frames, on like the daily time frame and up. I definitely still think it's going down. I still think this is probably like even a 1, and this may have already made a wave 2. We may already be in a wave 3, which may end up looking something like that, like a 3, 4, and 5. We have a very clear trend line right here, which lines up almost perfectly with that 100% Fibonacci extension of this wave C projected out the top of this wave D. So I still believe that the trend is down. I still think that the trend will end up continuing down in the long run. Now, whether or not it does make a move to the upside, just like I was showing on the dollar index, is a different question. Right now, it definitely does look like an ABC correction, and it looks like we should be trading to the downside. If we see any movement to the upside, we should be taking that as a sorting opportunity for the continuation of the downtrend. So taking it down to the 1-hour time frame, the only concern that I have is that we definitely have 3 waves down right here. If for any reason at all this does turn up at the news and start making an engulfing candle, I would actually call this an ABC, maybe even an ABC of like a WXY pattern or something like that. So that is a possibility. Now it's kind of an unlikely possibility, almost more likely that it's just going to keep on trending down. So we do have that news coming out in about 20 minutes, so we're going to have to see what that actually ends up doing to the market. So let's move down to the pound dollar, see if we get some agreement between these pairs. So the pound dollar is kind of the same story. I mean, it looks like a downtrend, it looks like a correction, it kind of looks to me like overall it probably is not over, and it probably is going to go down, take out these lows, and maybe even end up doing something like that before it really does end up continuing the uptrend. So on the daily time frame and up, I still am very bearish on it, but as I go down to shorter time frames, it definitely does, to me it looks like this correction's not over. It looks like it needs to go up again to make like a wave C before it goes down. But like I said, that could just be an optimistic view. The reason why I think that is because this looks to me like a trend, which means that this move down may be a correction, and that this may actually go up again to complete an ABC of wave B, or an ABC of wave 2. We don't really know for sure. So, I mean, this could be a 1 or an A. This could be an ABC of 2 or a B. So that's why I'm saying I'm still, for some reason, not really trusting this move to the downside. But just as easy as that could happen, I do see the possibility this could just keep on trending down. And according to our daily time frame and up, we really should only be looking for shorts in a downtrend anyways right now. So really, we should be short right now anyways, and we should be looking for more shorts. So anyways, let's go to the Aussie dollar. Get rid of these Fibonacci levels because that was an old level. Go up to the daily time frame. Still looks to me like this one's not quite done yet either. I mean, I still think that this is possibly a wave E, and I still think it's probably going to take out this low. Maybe end up doing something like this, and then continuing the uptrend. So just like all the other pairs, I'm still very bearish on the Aussie dollar. I still think there's a very good likelihood that it will keep going down. It's just on the dollar index, the reason why I'm not liking it is because the dollar index does kind of look like it could possibly go down, maybe make a bigger move up, and then later on go down, like a 1, a 2, and then go down for a wave 3. It seems pretty likely, but just as likely as that could happen, I mean, this very easily could happen too. And like I said, really the thing to do now is to only be looking for shorts in a downtrend. So if we see like a little 3-way pattern up, then we definitely want to try to go short for the continuation of this downtrend for sure. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, just like the other one, this currently does have 3 ways down. So if it turns up, I would definitely be getting out and maybe even think about going long. But just as easy as that, it could just keep on stretching out, and this could turn into a 1, 2, 3, which, like I said, is actually even more likely than the other scenario that I'm looking at. It probably is more likely that it is going to turn into a 1, 2, and 3. Like I said, I always try to look at both sides of the coin, and all the dollar pairs to me definitely have 3 ways down. So if it turns up, then I won't be surprised, and I'll be ready to exit any shorts and go long. If it just keeps on going down, then I could just hold on to my shorts and maybe even build a position on the pullbacks as it goes down. So like I said, I just always try to look at both sides of the coin, because you really don't know what's going to happen in these markets. Mark Douglas says it best, the market can really do anything at any point. So the Kiwi dollar is actually pretty much the same. I think it's going to break that level. I think it's going to go down to at least a 61.8. So the trend is definitely still down for me, and I think that the best thing for us to do is to continue to look for shorts in a downtrend. Going down to the 4 hour time frame, I mean, this one actually had a nice, very, very nice looking correction today. 3 waves up and pulse it down. That was a very, very, very nice entry to go short. Actually, pretty much all these entries, 3 waves up, 3 waves up. The Kiwi has actually been making some very clear 3-wave pullbacks as of lately. There's definitely no sign that this is over, so the thing that we should be doing right now is to continue to go short in a downtrend. So definitely looking for shorts in a downtrend, 100%. I still think there's a possibility it could go up, but for me personally, I would rather just wait for another impulsive move down, even if it does go up, for the continuation of the downtrend. I'd rather wait for 3 waves up and pulse it down to go short again for the continuation of the downtrend for sure. US dollar Canadian, kind of the same thing. On the higher time frames, I mean, it doesn't really give us any reason to think it's over. It definitely spiked up to this 50% and kind of pulled back. That kind of would make you think that maybe this is going to make a bigger correction before it goes up. But I've seen big spikes like that before, and then I've seen the price just keep on trending. So that spike right there definitely doesn't tell me that this move up is over. If anything, it very easily could, and maybe even more likely, just keep on going. Especially looking at the 4 hour time frame. Look at this. 1, 2, 3 waves down. It looks like a nice 3-way pattern. It's probably going to try to just keep on going up, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised if it did at the consumer news make a move down, but even if it is a move down, I think that move down is just going to be a correction, which is awesome for us, because at the end of that correction, we should be able to go long again for the continuation of this uptrend. So let's head down to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame is where you can clearly see the 1, 2, 3 waves down, impulsive up right at a Fibonacci level. That was another very, very nice entry that actually happened yesterday. There definitely was a 3-way pattern on maybe the 30-minute or 1 hour time frame right there today too that you definitely could have got in. As of right now, it definitely does have a little bit of a 3-wave shape, just like all the other dollar pairs, which is why I really wouldn't be surprised if it did make a move down. Even if it does make a move down, I think it's probably just going to be another 3-way pattern and eventually end up continuing the uptrend anyways. So, I mean, even if it does go down, I personally am not going to be taking the short. Maybe at the end of a wave 2 or wave B, I would go short. But the trade that I'm really looking for is the end of this correction for the continuation of the uptrend. So let's keep all this in mind. Let's look at the US dollar Swiss. Let's go up to the daily time frame. Now this one also, I see a lot of series of 3-way patterns. We were just talking about this in my Patreon Zoom meeting that we had last night, how many 3-wave patterns we've been having in the market, probably because of all the algo and AI trading and stuff like that that's going on nowadays. But this is definitely 3 ways up, and this looks like 3 ways down. It may even end up making another 3 waves up before it actually continues the downtrend, like a WXY pattern. So yeah, definitely don't really see any reason to think this move up is over either. Going down to the sort of time frames, it's definitely kind of messy, but I for sure can see 5 waves right there. I for sure see 1, 2, 3 waves up, wave B, and I for sure see a downtrend, looks like a C. So that's definitely a 3-way pattern, and this is definitely a 3-way pattern. So it makes you wonder if this move up could possibly be a 3-way pattern, and it possibly could turn down again. But as of right now, the trend is definitely up, and I definitely think that the only thing that we should be doing, at least until we get some sort of a break of structure, is looking for longs in an uptrend. Look at that right there. That was today. 1, 2, 3 ways down. That was a very, very, very nice entry to go long. 3 ways down. I bet if you had a Fibonacci retracement on this move, it would have bounced perfectly off of fib level. 3 ways down, impulsive up. Awesome entry to go long. So I'm definitely still looking for longs, even on these shorter time frames for sure. We got to see what happens at the news that comes out in 15 minutes, because like I said, I do believe this news is actually more important than that PPI news that we had earlier. So the JPY, dollar JPY, definitely in an uptrend for sure. I think even if it does make a move down, this is going to be a correction and it's just going to keep on going. I think this is a 1, this whole uptrend. I think this is an ABC of 2, and I think we're in a wave 3 of wave 5. If you watch my full top-down analysis videos, you'll see what I mean, because the weekly and the monthly I think is in a wave 5. So taking it down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, definitely an uptrend here. I think this is a 1. I think this is a 3-way pattern. WXY, which is actually easier seen on the 1-hour time frame, like a wave 2. And I do see that this does have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape. I do kind of think that there's a good chance this is going to go down, but that move down is probably just going to be like a 1 of 3, a 2 of 3, and eventually go up for a wave 3 of wave 3. So taking it down right to the 1-hour time frame, we had almost a perfect entry today on this. We had 1, 2, 3 waves down, 23% Fibonacci level, 3 waves down, impulsive up. This probably would have been even better on like the 15 or 5-minute time frame. 3 waves down, impulsive up, bam, nice entry to go long. Just like this, 1, 2, 3 waves down, impulsive up, go long. 1, 2, 3 waves down, impulsive up, go long. Trading with the longer time frame trend. So like I always say, I mean, it's such a, like something that you would read out of like a 90s or early 2000s trading book, but the trend really is our friend, and we usually do much better if we just stay trading with the trend. So gold definitely tried to make a move down today too, as you can see. The thing with gold is I really do feel like gold is due for a move to the upside, because not only are we at a fib level, but this move up right here is definitely a trend. It's either, I still think it's possibly either an A or a 1. I still think this is possibly a big correction, like a wave B or a wave 2. I still don't see that it's over yet, but it possibly could go down more, maybe touch the 88%. But I still think this is going to go up at some point for a wave C, which would look like this, or possibly a wave 3, which I still think it's going to be a wave 3, and possibly just keep on trending up. So let's head down to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, let's get rid of this fib for now. We'll put that on the 1-hour time frame only. So on the daily time frame, the thing that you really have to notice is these series of 3-way patterns, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I was also thinking that maybe one of the reasons why we're seeing so many of these triple zigzags is because it's August right now, and July was before that, so it's definitely holiday season right now for sure. So that looks like a trend, this looks like a correction, and this looks like a trend. It looks like we're in the last series of 3-way patterns, and we're sitting right at the 50%. So if I see this thing go up and break structure, I'm definitely going to be trying to go long for the continuation of the uptrend, which this uptrend should be a wave C or possibly a wave 3, like I was explaining on the daily time frame. So 1-hour time frame, I mean, this one also looks like it has a perfect ABC correction, but really if you look at it closely, it definitely is 5 waves up, which is still why I'm still hesitant about this move. I still think there's a chance that consumer sentiment could cause this to go up and could cause a break of structure today. So I do see that that we definitely should be looking for shorts in a downtrend. Oh, holiday season. I mean, August and September, and even September is like holidays for many people, and July, August, and even September are definitely known to be very choppy times in the market, because there's so many people on holiday, there's so many people on vacation, that the markets don't really seem to make big giant moves during the summer. You'll notice, October, November, December, January, even February and March are very, very volatile months compared to the summer months. So that's what I mean by holiday season. Doesn't really mean that everybody's on holiday or the banks are closed or anything like that. It just means that a lot of people take several weeks off during August. I know where I am in Portugal, there's some places that are off for 2 or 3 weeks this month. Some people take a couple weeks off in August at least. So That's one of the reasons. I think there's a little bit of a lack of volume this time of year, which is why we're seeing a lot of those triple patterns, those triple WXY patterns and triple zigzag patterns and stuff like that. And I've been trading for about 13 years now, and I've definitely noticed that my least profitable times every single year is always, like August and September and maybe even July. The winter months are the months where we make all of our money, and the beginning of the year. The summer months are definitely very choppy, which some people are very good at trading the chop. I personally like it when the market's trending because the trend is my friend and I'm a trend trader, so it's much easier to make money when the market's making nice trends. Hey Mark, how's it going? Hey Julian, hey Fly Moon. Hey Urza, how's everybody doing today? Jason, thanks for the channel support. I do appreciate that as usual. So we got news coming out in about 9 minutes. We just looked at all the dollar pairs. And yeah, let's kind of scroll through again. Let's go down to like the 15-minute time frame just so we can get a little bit of a shorter time frame look at these things. Boy, the dollar is still going up. And it's pre-news, so it still kind of looks to me like it could go down, but I don't really think it's a good idea to try to trade against the trend. Yeah, we're definitely going to go look at the euro yen and pretty much all the yen pairs, but we definitely want to wait until this news is out before we go look at other things. So the dollar is definitely still going up. There's no sign that it's over yet, that's for sure. The euro is definitely going down. There's no sign that it's over. Even the pound, it's very choppy right now, but it's definitely in a downtrend. At least until we get some sort of a break of structure up, it's in a downtrend. Could this possibly be an ABC right here, and this is possibly now going to go up? I'm still wondering about that, if this is an irregular ABC correction. I still see it as a possibility. It's pretty hard to believe something like that on the euro, though, because the euro is so strong down, and most of these other ones are kind of the same. This possibly could be an ABC right here, but I don't think it is. I think it's a 1, 2, 3. I think it's down. I do kind of feel like the news is going to cause the dollar to go down initially, and some of these pairs might go up initially, but it's probably just going to be a correction at this point. Look at the consolidation we have. It really looks like it's getting ready to make a move down, but I still think that if it does make a move down, it's probably just going to be a correction. Kind of the same thing on this one, where we're in the option zone right now. The price just broke above here. Everybody's buying the breakout, and everybody else has got limit orders pending right here. So there's definitely going to be a lot of selling pressure right there. US dollar yen, I still feel like the yen pairs are kind of due for a move to the downside. So I'm still kind of thinking that could go down too. And gold, I still feel like gold could possibly go up too. I don't know if this could possibly be an ABC right here, and this is now going to go up, but it does look like a pretty good possibility to me that is what could happen. So, we have about 6 minutes until the news comes out. Consumer sentiment. Oh, there's two versions of this, 14 days apart. So this is the higher impact one according to them. The prelim is the high. Yeah, preliminary is the first one, which is the one we got now, and that's supposed to be the high impact one. So I still think that this is a bigger deal than PPI. PPI, it definitely has a lot to do with inflation and stuff like that, but I still think that this consumer sentiment is actually a bigger news event. Consumer spending. We already know that consumer spending is probably down. 500 consumers. Yeah. We're going to have to see what happens. I think there's a good chance the dollar could go down, but I think there's a good chance that I'm not going to be participating in that trade because it's probably going to be a counter trend trade. And it is probably just going to be a retracement, and maybe later on, maybe like today or maybe Sunday or Monday, it'll probably end up going back up again. Definitely looks like it needs to make a move down, but The trend is up, and the trend is our friend, which is why if this goes down, I'm not going short. I will wait for this to happen, and then I'll go long and make much more money and be much less stressed about it and everything. So the trend is definitely our friend when it comes to trading. Every time I do take a counter trend trade, most of the time I end up regretting it. We're not really at a fib level or anything right now. I mean, this is definitely like a supply demand area right here. So maybe that alone is going to be enough. Yeah, definitely. I agree, Mark, for sure. I'm looking at the US dollar index. I don't really like the DXY personally. The DXY is actually even more convincing that it's a wave 5, honestly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reason why I don't like the DXY is because it's exactly the same picture as the euro dollar, pretty much. It's a little different, but most of the time it's exactly the same as the euro dollar, but in reverse, because the DXY is 56% weighted, I think, or 57% weighted to the euro dollar, which means it's almost exactly the same chart. This US dollar index by FXCM is equally weighted between it's 100% equally weighted between the euro, the pound, I think the Aussie, the Swiss, and there's 6 of them altogether. I can't remember exactly which ones it is. I think it's actually like an odd one too, like almost like this USD SEK or something like that, but we'll see what happens. We got 3 minutes until the news comes out. It seems like the dollar's ready to go up, go down, I mean. But the trend is definitely not proving it to us, which is why I'm not going to be taking the trade if it does go down. Boy, silver, look at silver. That doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon. That looks like it's going to go down, take out this low, and then maybe go up. That's probably a pretty good sign that gold may not be ready either, honestly. But if the dollar goes down, gold is going to make a move up, whether that move up turns out being a Kretzen, or whether that move up turns out to be a bigger move, like a wave C. I guess we kind of got to wait and find out. Like I said, we got about 2 minutes until the news comes out, and once the news is out, I will go look at some other things like the yen pairs and a couple commodities and the pound Aussie and probably the stock market. So let's go down to the shorter time frames and let's see what happens. I think it's either going to go up or go down. Oh God, that's funny. People always say that in my chats. It's either going to go up or it's going to go down. That's what I think. Yeah. I put money in that. I almost guarantee it's either going to go up or go down. No, I think it's going to go down, but the trend is up, so that's why I'm not taking the short. Oh, I got another request. Hold on, I got to do the Kiwi Swiss. That's one that I haven't looked at in a long time. NZDCHF. We'll definitely look at that for you, buddy, after we look at the yen pairs and a few other things. No problem. I already got the pound Aussie on my list. We're going to look at that. And I think those are the only 2 requests that I got so far. So we're definitely going to go look at the yen pairs and a couple commodities, oil, natural gas, Bitcoin, stock, S&P 500. Pound Aussie, Kiwi Swiss. And once we have this dollar news, it seems like that's all we ever look at is these dollar pairs. That's pretty much all I trade lately. I do trade the yen too, but most of the time it's the dollar I'm trading. Let's see what happens. 20 seconds. This one has a number release, right? Oh yeah, it does. So 7.1. 71.4 is what they predict. Alright, here it goes. Oh wow, big down, big down. Let's see, let's hope we don't get a second and third reaction like we did the other day. Man, that was terrible. first reaction was definitely down. That doesn't mean it's going to stay down, no. Not until I see a break of structure will I believe it. Now, if I see a break of structure, and then maybe on even a shorter time frame like the 5 or 15 minute time frame, I see a pullback. If I see a break of structure and then I see a pullback, then that is a trade that I would take. I would 100% take that to the short side. But right now, if I tried to go short right now, I might as well go to the casino and put all my money on the roulette table or something, because you're pretty much just gambling at that point. Because the trend is up, and the trend has definitely not told us that it's going down yet. And this very, very, very easily could keep going up. So we need to see a break of structure. I'm not going short. Even though I think that it possibly could go down, I'm not going short. If we don't get a break of structure, then I think that we need to keep looking for longs, 100%. Now, most of you probably noticed that I'm watching this dollar index during the news, and I don't even have to look at these dollar pairs. I know what the dollar pairs are doing. I know that the euro's doing exactly the same thing. All these pairs are doing exactly the same as this, but opposite. All these pairs are doing the same thing as this, but in the same direction. Gold is probably doing the same thing also, but in opposite. You don't really have to... With my own personal trading, I overanalyze the dollar index. I spend probably 80% of my time analyzing this dollar index, and then I don't even care what the pattern is on these dollar pairs quite so much. If I think that there's a turn on the dollar index, then I just automatically go to the dollar pairs and enter in the direction that I think the dollar index is going to move. Much, much easier, I believe. So much easier. Yeah, we're probably going to have to give it a little bit of time. Whatever happened with the news? Oh, it's still pending. This happened to me the other day. Oh, no, there we go. Down a little bit, but it's not really... It's calling it flat. The news is flat, according to this. Yeah, it would have to be higher. It's actually a little bit negative, but not very negative. This one's a little bit negative too, but not very. It's pretty much flat. The news is pretty much not really anything. That might not be a good sign for the dollar turning down, but we'll see. I'm still betting that the dollar could turn down, but I'm not putting any money on it. I just think that it's going to break structure. And then if I see a pullback, I'm going to go short. Or if I see it do something like this in the next hour or two, and then I see something like that, I would go long, for sure. As long as it doesn't break structure to the downside, I am definitely looking for longs in an uptrend. Yeah, euro dollar definitely hasn't confirmed that it's going up. If anything, it could just keep going down. I personally think it's going to make a move up, but I think that move up is going to be all part of a correction. Pound, the same thing. Kind of the thing that gave it away with the pound is the fact that this was a trend. That means that this move down was almost definitely a correction and that it was going to go up again. Now this move up probably is going to be a wave C, and it probably will go up to one of these fib levels and turn back down either today or maybe on Sunday or Monday, I believe. Aussie, we got a nice structure. If it breaks that structure, I would definitely start looking for longs. If not, definitely looking for shorts. Right here, same thing. If it breaks that structure, I would definitely start looking for longs. If not, I would definitely still look for shorts. US dollar Canadian, if it breaks this structure, I would definitely start looking for shorts. If not, I would definitely keep looking for longs. Gold, yeah, gold, same thing. US dollar Swiss, I would have to see this go down, at least take out this body. I mean, not necessarily take that out, but at least take out the body of these candles before I would even think about going short. US dollar yen, same thing. I would have to see this low taken out, which it definitely has not done yet, before I would even think about going short. Gold, like I said, it looks like an uptrend, which is why I still believe that this move down is like a wave B or something, or a wave 2 possibly. This is a wave A or a wave 3, and I still think it's going to possibly go up. Maybe retest the fib level and go down, or just keep going up and break structure. I think gold is going to make a move up, but it could just be a part of a correction, and it could very easily go down again. So I think the best thing for us to do is go look at the yen pairs and check out some other things, and then come back to this in about 20 minutes and see what happens. So the euro yen, I am 100% looking for longs on all the yen pairs. I think we're in a wave 3. 1, 2, 3. Even if it goes down, I'm not going short. I think we're going up to at least the 161.8, which is so high that you can't even see it on this chart. So I'm definitely looking for longs on this. Same thing with the pound. I want to just scroll through these daily time frames so everybody knows what I'm looking at. I think this is a 1, 2, 3, so I'm definitely looking for longs on this. So 100% looking for longs on that. The Aussie finally made a higher low and gave us a little bit of confidence that it's going up too. The Kiwi, same story, except for this is not very confident. I definitely wouldn't pick this one to go long, but it probably is going to try to make a move up. The Canadian, I think, is also probably in a wave 3 and going to, over the coming probably weeks, going to end up continuing the uptrend. And the Swiss, I definitely see it as a wave 3. 1, 2, 3, definitely still going up, I believe. So yeah, definitely. So before we start looking at these sort of time frames, if anybody has not done so already, definitely join my Discord channel. It's 100% free to join. You never have to pay a dime if you do not want to. It's 100% free to join. If anybody is interested in joining my Patreon service, I'll also put the link for that in the chats and in the description. Comes with a trading course, comes with twice a week Zoom meetings. It comes with a live stream every single morning at 9:15 for members only, and a bunch of educational information. So definitely check that out if you are interested. So knowing what the longer time frames look like on the yen pairs, now we need to go down to the shorter time frames and look for entries. What are we looking for? We're looking for 1, 2, 3 ways down. Does that look like 3 ways down? Pretty much does. If this makes an impulsive move up, I would 100% go long on that. That looks like it's getting ready to make a long. Wow, the pound almost looks like it already made an ABC. Kind of looks like this one could keep going. Oh, look at that Aussie. 1, 2, 3 waves down. Break of structure. Go long. Wow, that Aussie yen looks nice. Kiwi yen, I would 100% not pick this to go long on, even if it just shoots up like a rocket because of how weak it's been. Oh, the Canadian, look at that. That's a beautiful entry. 1, 2, 3 waves down. That's awesome. Hopefully Connor's still in that trade. I know he's been holding on to this one for a while, probably building a position the whole way up. Swiss yen, look at that. That's another one. 1, 2, 3 waves down. Bam, up she goes. We just looked at the Canadian yen. That is a perfect ABC correction. 1, 2, 3 waves down. Even the wave B is nice. 1, 3 waves up, down again, impulsive up. I think it's going up. Definitely looking for longs in an uptrend, 100%. And honestly, the dollar yen may just keep going up too if that's the case. Especially with the fact that we had neutral dollar news. This is probably going to just keep drifting up, honestly. The yen is probably the one that's going to control that, not the dollar. That neutral dollar news is probably what's going to keep that going up. What's up with Bitcoin? Let's see what's up with Bitcoin. I've been waiting. I personally don't trade Bitcoin, but some members of the group definitely do. And I think Bitcoin recently broke structure, and now we're in a pullback, and it's going to give us a very, very, very nice entry to go long soon. So if you are a Bitcoin trader, I would be keeping my eyes on this probably this weekend. I did notice that sometimes Bitcoin does seem to move on a Saturday. Maybe because Saturdays crypto's the only market open, but it definitely looks like it's getting ready to go up. Let's get rid of this Fibonacci for a second, throw another fib on there and see what happens. Oh, maybe one more push down. 1, A. 3 waves up, B. Could be the end of a correction already, but the way it looks, it kind of does look like it might go down again, maybe hit one of these fibs and then go up. Seems pretty likely, especially with the fact we haven't hit any Fibonacci's yet. So I definitely would be keeping an eye on this very closely maybe this weekend. I mean, it could just go down, hit the fib, and then take off like a rocket. So keep an eye on this thing for sure if you do trade Bitcoin. Let's go check out oil and not gas. Oil did make a little bit of a push down, which is actually kind of not surprising at all because we just broke a major structure level. So that's not really too surprising, that's for sure. We just had a break of structure the other day. It seems like this wave A may not be over yet. It kind of seems to me like we're still in this wave A and it's going to pop up one more time to finish off at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and then go down and make a pretty good sized correction for a B and then go back up for a wave C. Definitely seems like that's what's going to happen, but we'll see. Yeah, no break of structure to the downside yet. Boy, let's take it down to the 1 hour. Is that a trend or a correction? That's definitely a trend, isn't it? Looks like a trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe this is an A. A, B, C, a B. And then down again for the C. And then bam, back to the upside. Hey Kale, how's it going? Yeah, we're going to definitely go back to those dollar pairs. We spent about 35-40 minutes looking at them already, so I had to go and look at some other pairs, but then we'll circle back for sure. Natural gas. Whoa, look at that. What's that? Soybean. Wow, that's a nice short today. I definitely don't trade any of these, but that's a really nice short right there. Wow, natural gas made a very, very nice push down. I'm going to have to reevaluate this because it's starting to look like an ABC correction. Kind of looks like an ABC right here. I don't know. I'm going to have to kind of look at this a little closer. Yeah, that's a pretty strong move down. I don't think I'd be trying to bet against that. I'd be going short on that for sure. Well, I definitely want to be short on it already. Whew. Looks like a trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It may be getting ready to go up for a correction, which is maybe good. Either a wave A or a wave 1. Go up and either make a wave 2 or a wave B, and then down again for a wave C or a wave 3. Oh yeah, that's almost a perfect trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a perfect trend. I bet this is getting ready to go up. Probably make a 3-wave ABC correction. That's a really, really nice looking trend right there. This is either going to be a B or a 2. A or 1. And then C or 3. C would look like this and then go back up. 3 would just keep on trending down. So definitely if you trade this, it would be worth trying to get in at the end of this next correction to learn whether it's a wave C or whether it's a wave 3. Could be an extremely profitable trade. Let's see. What's up with the S&P 500 before we move on? That can kind of give us a little bit of a clue about the dollar sometimes. I don't think it's over. I think we're in a wave 4. I think it's going to do this over the next coming weeks. Maybe not quite so big, but probably something like that though. I think we're in a wave 4. I think it's going to go back up at least one more time. Boy, it does look like it's getting ready to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This really looks like it's getting ready to go up and make that wave B. And then down again for a wave C. Which would be good because if this goes up, the dollar would go down again. We will definitely get back to the dollar pairs. We've spent about 40 minutes looking at the dollar already, and then we'll circle. We have to look at some other things, and then we'll circle back to the dollar. I always start my live stream with the dollar, and I always end my live streams with the dollar. Because the dollar is definitely the top priority most of the time for us, or most of us at least. Boy, if this starts breaking structure, I would be looking for a long on this for sure. It really looks like it's about to break structure. Let's zoom out a little bit and look at the S&P. Ooh, that one looks more like a correction. That looks like it almost could keep going up. I think we're getting ready to make a big push up on the S&P 500. And US 30. That could be an ABC too. Wow. This looks like it's getting ready to go up. What a US 30 looks so different. US Wall Street 30. Dow Jones, I guess they are different, yeah. That one's way different. And the Nifty looks like it's still going down. This looks like a trend. This looks like a crescent. This looks like a trend. ABC. And then go up. I might have a good opportunity maybe mid next week or something also on that one. What do we got for news next week? Let's check that out too since we got a couple minutes. So let's see, what do we got for news next week? Since it is Friday, we got meeting minutes for the Aussie. That's definitely pretty good if you're available during that time. Climate, yeah, no, not really. We got a bank holiday out for France. Oh, that's right, we got CPI for the Canadian pairs. That's definitely going to be a big one on Tuesday for the Canadian pairs. We got retail sales on Tuesday. So yeah, Tuesday is going to be a pretty good day for the dollar and the Canadian. Oh, we got official bank rate for the Kiwi. That's pretty good too. I mostly only trade the all the dollar pairs. I'll trade any of the dollar pairs and any of the yen pairs. And then I'll trade pretty much any other Forex pair, but not on short time frames, only on like the 4-hour time frame and up. But any yen pair and any dollar pair, I'll trade. We got some really good Kiwi news at 3 o'clock in the morning, UK time, next week. If you're in the US or if you're in Asia, that's going to be definitely something to watch out for. We got meeting minutes on Wednesday. That's definitely pretty good. Unemployment for the Aussie. And unemployment for the dollar and retail sales for the pound. Not really the best week ever. I mean, Tuesday's probably the best day with the Canadian pairs and retail sales for the dollar. Not really too exciting of a week next week, is it? Tuesday's going to be pretty good, and if you are available during the Asian session, there's actually some really good news at the Asian session. We got that Aussie news on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday we got that Kiwi news. They're both extremely late at night for me, so I'm definitely going to be sleeping like a baby, but I've been trading since 2009. I got really serious probably about it around 2011 or so, but 2009 is when I started to really, start to do some research about trading. Probably been trading Forex since 2010. Sometime in 2010 is probably when I started trading Forex. So, wow, what do we got? Let's see. We gotta go do the pound Aussie and we gotta do the Kiwi Swiss. And we got to... Hey, DSP, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, the Canadian pairs are moving. Did we have some Canadian news today on top of the other news? We didn't have any low-level Canadian news, did we? Yeah, we didn't have any Canadian news today. There's no news about oil or anything like that either, so... I'm not really sure why the Canadian pairs are moving, but I did see that they are moving today. Let me refresh this. What do we got here? That's not anything with the Canadian. That's nothing Canadian. Nothing. There's no Canadian news in, well, US. A little bit of Canadian news right here on from xm.com. Yeah, I don't really know. That could possibly be it. The Canadian pairs are definitely moving a little, though, today, aren't they? So let's go look at the pound Aussie. Whoops. Pound Aussie. And the Aussie Swiss. First thing I do when I'm looking at a pair that I haven't looked in a while is go to the monthly time frame. I don't care if you're trading on the 1 minute. And what do I see on the monthly? I see a very strong trend that I don't think is over. Let me zoom back in a little bit. That's way too zoomed out. There we go. So I see a very strong trend. High, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. Definitely not over. Weekly. Looks like a 1, 2, 3, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3. I don't even think the wave 3 is over. I think the wave 3 will probably end up here somewhere. Daily, getting pretty choppy because now we're starting to see trends within trends. It's definitely trending up in a wave 3 on the higher time frame, so we know that anytime it starts going down, we want to try to go long. If you were just going long this whole period, boy, you would have been raking in the dough big time. You would have been rolling in the dough, more like it. So what are we doing? Look at that. 1, 2, 3 ways down. Last time I did a live stream, somebody asked me to look at this. This was before this move up happened. 1, 2, 3 ways down, 78% bounce, and positive up. Entry to go long was right there. This is the 4-hour time frame, and you had probably almost 2.5, 3 candles to get in that trade right there before the market moved again. Probably at least 8 to 10 hours before you could have got in this trade, and it would have been awesome for you, definitely. So 100% still looking for longs. If it goes down again, I'm not going to go short, but I'm going to continue to look for longs in an uptrend. 100%. We're looking for 3-way pullbacks. 1, 3 up, down again. That's a 3-way pullback. It's a 3-3-1. It's like a 1-3-1 pattern. 1 down, 3 up, 1 down. ABC. That's what we're looking for to trade to the long side. I've never blown up my account ever. I started with $1,200 and way back in like 2009, 2010, and I never ever have blown up in my account ever. But that $1,200 went down to about less than 500, and then I slowly worked it back up, and then it was like a boom and bust for probably 2 years. I was boom and bust, so I would say probably a minimum of 3 years it took me to become profitable, and probably even longer than that to and it would probably become even it was even longer than 3 years for me to become consistently profitable. I still plan on at some point, probably at some point this fall, I'm gonna start posting my, at least once a month or once a week, I'd like to start posting my my trading stats at the end of every month. Because I don't want to be one of those YouTubers that everybody's like, well, he's probably just teaching trading because he can't make any money himself. So I definitely want to prove that I make plenty of money myself without YouTube. And I just posted on my chats earlier today how much I was actually making, because I had just barely hit 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you again for all the people that are subscribed to my channel. I really, really appreciate that. So we just hit 20,000 subs. And I get about 130,000 views a month, and YouTube pays me anywhere between $375 to $400, maybe $425 a month for all the videos and live streams I do. So if anybody's thinking about starting a YouTube channel, I definitely say don't do it. YouTube pays me $400 for 130,000 views a month. That's why the Patreon service is so important to me, because if it wasn't for that, I definitely would not do this anymore. If I was making $400 a month for all this work I did, I 100% would not be doing it anymore. That's why my Patreon service is so important. So if anybody does want to help support the channel, or if anybody would like to join and to learn from my trading course, my members forecast area, and my morning live streams, then definitely join that Patreon service. If you don't want to join the Patreon service, that's 100% fine, but definitely join my Discord channel. The Discord channel is 100% free. You never have to pay for a dime if you do not want to. It's 100% free to join. But like I said, if you want to support the channel, the best way to do it is doing that Patreon service. Definitely be much appreciated. And if you join my Patreon service and you start trading successfully, first thing you need to do is contact me, because that, when people tell me how good they're doing with their trading, it makes me feel very good, which makes it worth it, honestly. Yeah, wow, we were in all-time lows on the Kiwi Swiss, big time. Yeah, wow, all-time lows. Look at the shape that we see here, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That doesn't mean it's over, but we may be due for a move to the upside. Yeah, I don't think I would be doing anything but going short on this one. Well, Man, if you were going short on any one of these pullbacks, you pretty much just could have closed your eyes and got in on a pullback and you would have been making money. Pretty nice, honestly. I definitely wouldn't try to go long on this. I would definitely be trying to go short. If I saw it move to the upside, I would just build a position. As soon as it broke struts, I go short. Break struts, I go short. Broke struts, I go short. Just keep on building shorts. Definitely would be looking for shorts in a downtrend on this for sure. It's probably going to break struts, maybe even today. But that doesn't mean that it's going up in a big way. That could just be the beginning of another ABC correction, and it very easily could just keep on trending down. I definitely wouldn't be trying to catch this falling knife, that's for sure. I would rather just wait for the knife to bounce a little bit and then get back in way before it falls again. Yeah, we already looked at the yen pairs. Those ones definitely turned out pretty nice. Yen pairs are real nice. Looks like the dollar still hasn't really decided on what it wants to do, has it? So let me just check my Discord channel, see if there's any more requests in there before we move back to the dollar pairs, which I definitely don't see any. Oh, it looks like somebody just passed a funded account challenge on my Discord channel. So congratulations, Clifford. Congratulations, buddy. That's really good news. That's awesome. I've seen a lot of people lately post pictures of their certificate of passing their trading challenge, and then they contact me and say without my videos they probably wouldn't have been able to do it. So that is really cool. Congratulations, buddy. And like I said, when I hear people tell me that they passed the challenge because with my help, it makes me feel like this is all worth it, definitely. Yeah, look at the dollar, man. You gotta love and hate the dollar sometimes, that's for sure. Like I always say, I have a wicked love-hate relationship with the euro dollar. I trade that pair more than anything, and I hate the thing sometimes, and other times I love it. Yeah, you gotta get funded by passing a funded challenge account. I was trying to look into giving away a funded challenge because last couple months I've gave away a membership to my Patreon service at the end of the month, and I contacted a couple of funded accounts, and I was going to try to give away a funded account to some lucky winner on my Discord group, but none of the funded account companies have contacted me back yet, so I'm going to have to reach out to some more. Maybe I contact FMTMO or something, I don't know. But I think that would be pretty exciting if somebody won a funded account on my Discord channel and then turned that account into a full-time job. Could you imagine? That would be pretty sweet. That would be extremely cool. Still looks like the dollar is trying to go down, doesn't it? But I still think this move down is possibly going to be a crutch into the move up. So let me know if people think that that's a good idea about giving away a funded account, maybe at the end of the month or something. Or if they'd rather have a membership to my Patreon service, or what would they like? I like to do giveaways once in a while because it gets people excited about being there, and then I can also, give back to the community a little bit. I think it's going to go up, but I think this move up may just be a crutch into the downtrend. Pound dollar is the one that kind of gave it away to me. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like a correction. It looks like it could go up again, like an ABC correction. Cloud, you're the one that just passed the challenge, aren't you? On my Discord channel, you just posted about that? Wasn't that you? Oh no, that was Clifford, I'm sorry. So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to do a giveaway at the end of the month. I'm not sure exactly if it's going to be a funded account or if it'll be something else. But I try to do a giveaway at the end of every month. So if anybody is interested, definitely join my Discord channel. It's 100% free to join. You never have to pay a dime if you do not want to. It's 100% free. You can join my Patreon service for some extra help, but it's definitely not required. You can stay a free member for as long as you like. The Aussie dollar, I mean, if this breaks structure today, I would definitely start looking for longs, but until that happens, I personally wouldn't go long. Like I said, you may as well go to the casino and put all your money on the roulette table at that point. If it breaks structure, then it's trading, because then you're making an educated decision. If you go long right now, I mean, what are you going long based on? Because you got a green candle? That doesn't mean that it's going up. It could just as easy keep going down. Wow, US dollar Canadian broke structure. Look at that. The Canadian is moving, isn't it? Somebody said that the Canadian was moving. That's probably why the Canadian yen is going so good. Look at that. That's 3 waves down, 3 waves up. What do you think is going to happen next? Probably 3 waves down. WXY. I bet we got another one coming. Ooh, US dollar Swiss is looking better too. If that breaks this structure, oh, by the way, since the US dollar Canadian broke structure, what would I be doing now? I would be looking for a pullback on even shorter time frame to go short. 100%. Try to go short now, for sure. Definitely. US dollar Swiss, if we break this body, I don't think you have to wait to this wick. But if it breaks this body right here, this equal low, then I would definitely start looking for shorts on this one too. And one of our members was saying the Swiss is wicked, is in deflation right now, so be careful. We could have a crazy move on the Swiss someday soon. I don't think I would be trying to go short on this because the yen is still holding it up. I mean, it may do a correction and then go up later, but it's probably just going to be a correction. This also looks like a trend and a correction and possibly another trend and then possibly a dive down. If it goes up and breaks structure, if it does this, that's a different story. Then I would be happy to enter a trade and maybe even hold that trade all weekend. Bam. More than happy to hold that trade over the weekend, but not right now. I would never go long right now, that's for sure. Like I said, you might as well be gambling at that point. Because the trend is down. It could easily keep going down. The Canadian's pretty much the only one that's broken structure. That's a nice short right there. Look at that. It's probably going to make 3 waves down now. Definitely made 3 waves up, 3 waves down, 3 waves down, 3 waves up. It's probably going to lead to another 3 waves down. Triple zigzag. I just barely looked at gold. Gold also, I mean, I would have to see a break of structure to start going long. This very easily could just keep going down. I think it possibly could today go up and break structure, but I don't know that for sure, and it just as easy could just turn back down. So until the market tells me that the trend is up, I'm only looking for shorts. So if I see it do this, then I would go short. If I see it do this, break structure, then I would be happy to go long and maybe even hold that trade over the weekend. Yeah, wow. The US dollar Canadian is really the only one that's even confirmed anything yet. Euro dollar, not really confirmed yet either. Dollar index not confirmed. I'm personally not going short until it breaks that structure. Yeah, I don't know, buddy, which level it's going to turn at. If I knew which level it was going to turn at, I probably wouldn't be here talking to you because I would be sitting on my own personal island in my mansion next to my jet in my Lamborghini and probably having a way better time than I am now. But I can watch the fib levels and see. That's what I do. I watch my fib levels. If I see it go up to the 61.8 and make an impulsive turn, then I will go short. But I'm not going to say that the 61% is where it's going to turn because I really don't know where it's going to turn. How would I know where it's going to turn? It's actually starting to look even more and more like it might not even turn, so we're definitely got to watch and see. Nothing is confirmed. The dollar trend is 100% still up. If you get a chance to go long on the shorter time frames, that's the trade to do. Until you go down and break structure, I would only be looking for longs on the dollar. Until the euro dollar breaks this structure, I would only be looking for shorts on the euro dollar. Until the pound dollar Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, it did make a higher low, so you could possibly be going long on this one, maybe. Yeah. The Aussie dollar, until the Aussie dollar goes up and breaks structure, I would be looking for only shorts on shorter time frames. Kiwi dollar, until the Kiwi dollar goes up and breaks this structure, I would only be looking for shorts on shorter time frames. US dollar Canadian broke structure. If it holds below this structure, I would definitely be looking for shorts on shorter time frames. 100%. That one broke structure, so that's okay to look for shorts now. US dollar Swiss, if it broke below this double low right here, I would start going short. US dollar yen, I'm definitely looking for longs. US gold, honestly, gold just made a double top. It could honestly just keep going down. We don't know. I'm definitely 100% only looking for shorts on gold right now. 100%. At least until we get a break of structure to the upside. There's no point in my eyes in wasting good money and trying to go long when there's no confirmation to go long. So it is Friday, and we've been on for a little over an hour now. So definitely, if you haven't done so already, definitely like and subscribe to my channel. It makes a huge difference. We just passed 20,000 subscribers, so I definitely thank you for that. If anybody is interested in joining my Patreon service, like I said, it's a great way to support the channel. And it also comes with a 35 video trading course, 7.5 hours of content. It also comes with a 30-minute live stream that I do every single weekday morning at 9:15 a.m. UK time. And it also comes with educational information, members forecast on all the dollar pairs, all the yen pairs, every single morning before the London session. And it also comes with twice a week. I do a Zoom meeting 2 hours long on Tuesday and on Thursday where I teach. So, if you missed the yen pairs, you might just have to rewatch it because I definitely looked at all the yen pairs. So, if you want to, definitely join my Discord channel also. The Discord channel is 100% free. You do not have to pay to join the Discord channel. It's 100% free to join. So, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the day. I mean, it is the New York session still. That nothing is over. So, there's no reason to really, I mean, the New York session is still... It's only 10:30 in New York, so there's still several hours of trading, good trading left. So definitely enjoy the rest of your day, and good luck with your trading, and happy Friday and happy trading. Good luck to everybody.